Alright guys, Josh, WarGamingNewb Historical, back with another hobby vlog. This time around it's going to be a showcase video. I don't do these very often, but I felt that I had enough models to show off with a specific theme in mind. It is said that the artillery is the king of the battlefield, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show off all the artillery pieces I have for Warlord Games Black Powder, and just talk a little bit about what I did with them, how I painted them, and all that stuff. This is really not going to be a very long video, but it's just another way to showcase some of the work that I've done that I'm hoping to carry on over to the rest of my armies so that I can film another Black Powder battle report soon. So first off, the very first artillery piece that I put together and painted is this Warlord 6-pounder British foot artillery. So initially I put this on this kind of like oval base because I really didn't have anything, none of the square bases or more angular bases available, and this fit pretty much everything that I needed in order to have kind of like this artillery piece. It's not perfect. I gotta work on the kind of like the base of the miniatures themselves, cover it with some flocking, but it wasn't too bad. And you know, considering that this was the first artillery piece that I put together, it just came out of the Waterloo 2-player starter. You know, I was pretty happy with how it turned out. Because I had the British artillery piece, I felt that the French needed something, and so I got this Perry French 6-pounder foot artillery. Again, I had these oval bases, so I ended up using them. Kind of matches that first British piece. Still need to put some flocking on the bases for the figures, but again, not a very difficult paint job, and I love that the uniforms came out well as the red accenting on the uniforms themselves. So, all right. Next up, I wanted to start a Russian army, Russian Napoleonic army, and I got line infantry box, and like I ended up getting the starter, which did not come with an artillery piece. It actually came with Pavlov's Grenadiers rather than an artillery piece. So I ended up buying a Perry miniature, and again, this is foot artillery, but this time it is the Russian 6-pounder. And I actually had this sitting on my desk for quite a while. Finally got it done. Figured, you know, part of my hobby desk cleanup for the spring, early summer, just, you know, it was so close to being completed, might as well get it done. And that's what I did, and it turned out pretty well. Very consistent uniform with the line infantry that I've completed. In fact, I might do a showcase of that at some point. While I was working on that, I did have like the biggest artillery piece in my collection just sitting around, and I actually got this one done before the Russian artillery piece, and that was the Imperial Guard 12-pounder. And as you can see, and I'm gonna bring the Russian one back. Look how big that artillery piece, the cannon, is compared to the 6-pounder. It's double the size, but obviously that makes sense considering it's a 12-pounder. This one was done pretty quickly. I used a different blue, and let me bring the 6-pounder back on. Then the 6-pounder, as you can see, it's a little bit brighter blue. I believe it's just a standard Vallejo blue, whereas this is actually contrast blue, ultramarines or something like that. So it was a little bit darker, and it gave a little bit of different, just a different color for this artillery piece. And again, this cannon is massive compared to the 6-pounders, and I'm actually very happy to have completed this. All right, so the last piece that I've completed, and this took a while. I actually did the unboxing and kind of showed off my mock-up of it. They were just painted in blue, is the Prussian one. Now, this is mostly done. As you can see, the base for each miniature is still blue, but everything else is done. And this is the 6-pounder. So for I pretty much have an artillery piece for each nation that I am going to field in black powder. The Prussians just being the last of those pieces to be done. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Unlike the others, the Prussians actually had like a gray gun carriage. And as you can see, that's what we have here. And it really accentuates the uniform here. I went with the Silesian trim, so that's the yellow, just because it contrasts so well with the dark Prussian blue. But yeah, that's what I have. Now there is one more piece that I have, and that's not done, and that's just the foot artillery 9-pounder. That's actually in the British Waterloo 100 Days campaign box set. It's a 9-pounder. I just wanted to put these together. It looks pretty cool. So that's the only piece that I have that is not done, because I haven't cracked that box open just yet. Again, that's going to be a big project on its own. I'm trying to get through the Waterloo 2-player star, which has taken me over a year to do since my purchase of it. I've finally pretty much completed the French side. I have one more stand of Chasseur à Cheval to do, and then I got to finish up the British, and then hopefully I could do a play from the box. But I just kind of wanted to show off these artillery pieces, this little showcase. I'm gonna see if I can, no. But in any case, yeah, those are my artillery pieces. I think they look pretty cool. I am moving forward gonna do them on these 80 by 60 MDF bases rather than the round ovals, because I've actually run out of those. I don't have any more, but who knows? Maybe I'll rebase the first 2 artillery pieces that I can play, the French and the British one, but I'm not certain yet. But in any case, hopefully you enjoyed looking at my little showcase here. It's kind of cool. Each artillery piece had a bit of different color. So, yeah, in my opinion, I think it'll just give some uniqueness to the armies as I field them in the future battle reports. But anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new showcases and hobby vlogs coming out of the channel. And then click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That's the best way I could personally interact with you and chit-chat you about Warlord games, Black Powder, and any other game that I cover on the channel. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more hobby vlog from WarGamingNewb Historical.